Hi everyone, welcome to yoga in my house. So I hope everyone's well and safe. I thought I would plan a yoga sequence this week which is all about feeling positive and uplifted. So I've noticed that I've definitely been feeling a bit more grumpy over the last few weeks. So I've been trying to do poses that will make me feel more positive, so I thought I would share some of those with you. We'll start off, as we always do, in a cross-legged position, giving your fingers a little wriggle, waking them up. Bring our pointy finger and our thumb together and then rest the back of your hands on your knees and imagine that golden thread just lifting you up towards the sky. And we'll start with 3 nice deep breaths. And then just resting our palms together and we say Namaste, which means all the good things in me see all the good things in you. So we will start with our breathing ball today. If you have one of these, again, if you want to pause the video and go and get your breathing ball, if not, you can just visualise with your hands, as with last week. Now, this week, I'd like us to share something we find uplifting. Okay, it could be anything you do where you feel like it puts you in a more positive frame of mind. So for me, I have found that dancing, really silly dancing to really silly music, puts me in a much better mood, especially when I do it with my son or with my husband. Okay, so if you've got your breathing ball, you can either use your ball or you can just visualise with your hands. So your turn. Okay, so you can either share with me on the laptop or you can go and find someone in your house to share what you find uplifts your mood. Okay, if you need to pause the video to do that, you can do. And then when you're done, we're going to come to the front of our yoga mats. Put those out of the way. We're going to come to the front of our yoga mats for our sun salutation, which is in itself a nice uplifting sequence. And in India, they do this traditionally in the morning. And it's a way of saying hello to the sun and welcoming in a new day. So we come to the front of our mat, spreading your toes nice and wide, palms facing forwards. Imagine that golden thread lifting you up towards the sky. Deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth, palms together. We breathe in, stretch up towards the ceiling, breathing out, stretching forwards and down. You can bend your knees slightly here. Right leg back into a deep lunge. Next leg to join into a push-up position. Knees, belly, head down like a snake. Tuck your elbows in, push into wolf. Ow, ow, ow! Tuck your toes under, lifting up into downward dog. Woof, 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 woof. Right leg forward. Next leg to join, and then a nice deep breath in and out. Palms together. Breathing in. Breathing out. Left leg back. Next leg to join. Knees, belly, head down like a snake. Tuck those elbows in, pushing into wolf. Ow, ow, ow! Tuck your toes under, lifting up into downward dog. Woof, 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 woof. Left leg forwards. Next leg to join. Deep breath in. Stretching up towards the ceiling. And then we breathe out. Palms together. Relax your arms. Maybe just close your eyes here for a moment. Taking a few breaths. Perhaps notice your heart beating a little bit faster. Any sensations in your body, tingling or fizzing. And then in your own time, just open your eyes. Maybe give your arms and your legs a little shake out. And then coming down onto your knees into diamond pose. So we're going to do a breath practice now, which is called bunny breathing, which is a very nice energizing breath to do, and it's also good for getting rid of any negative or yucky feelings you might have going on inside. So we start off with our little bunny ears, and then we're going to come down nice and low, and on the way up we take 3 sharp short breaths in through our nose, and then when we get to the top we do a big where we expel all the air back out. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so get those bunny ears ready. And then making a little pillow with your hands, just resting your forehead down, and take a few breaths in your own time. Maybe notice any sensations in your body. And then gently rolling up, you can keep your chin tucked in, and then rolling up, and the last thing to come up is your head, so we don't give ourselves too much of a spinny head coming up too quickly. Okay, oh, I already feel a bit more energised and awake, definitely. So the next practice we're going to do is really good for just getting rid of any yucky, horrible feelings that you might have going on. And even if you don't have any yucky feelings going on, this is just a nice energising practice. So it's called the Volcano. So we come into an open mountain. Okay, we're going to bring the palms of our hands down towards where our belly button is. So open mountain, your feet are slightly wider than your hip width apart. Palms together. Imagine that thread lifting you up towards the sky. And as we breathe in, we're going to imagine that where our stomach is, we've got lots of hot magma rising up. And as we breathe in, it rises and rises, and then we're going to blow out all of that lava. It's going to erupt out of the top. I watched something the other day that reminded me, so it's called magma when it's inside, and then when it explodes, it's called lava. So I have to include that little fact. So we breathe in, and do that 2 more times. And then just resting your arms back down into open mountain. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And take a few breaths in your own time. Maybe visualising in your tummy a nice big empty space. And then slowly opening your eyes. So we're going to come down to a seated position just whilst I explain our next few postures, so our next little sequence. So these are all chest openers that we're going to do next. Chest openers, so where your heart is. When we open that part of our body, it makes us feel more uplifted and generally more positive about things, which is why I've included a small sequence here. So also, I didn't realise, but all of these poses that I'm going to include are all seaside or underwater creatures, and going to the beach is something I find really uplifting as well. So we're going to start with our crab pose. So we'll bring our feet out in front of us, spread your toes nice and wide, feet hip width apart. We take a deep breath in, stretch your arms up towards the ceiling, and then as we breathe out, drop them behind you, fingers facing backwards, if that's comfortable for you. And then as we breathe in again, we lift our hips up, and crabs famously walk sideways. So we're going to do a little scurry to one side, and then freeze, and then do a little scurry back to your mat, and freeze, and then slowly lower your hips back down to your mat. I'm going to come straight into our fish pose. So for our fish pose, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together to make your little fishy tail. If that's not comfy or it hurts your hips at all, you could put one leg kind of in front of the other, a bit like crossing legs, but you unhook one foot and that could be your fishy tail. Okay, so whichever you prefer. And then we come back onto our elbows, and we're going to flap our fishy tail and make a really good fishy face to the wall or to the window in front of you. And then we take a deep breath in, and as we take a deep breath in, we open our chest up and look to the wall or window, whatever's behind you, and do a good fishy face, and at the same time flap your fishy tail. And then I imagine some really good fishy faces going on at the moment. And then bringing your head back to the centre, we're going to bring our feet flat on your mat now, and then just roll down onto your back. We're going to come into the whale pose now. So for our whale pose, we've got palms facing down, feet flat on your mat, hip width apart. So for this pose, what you need to do is imagine where your belly button is. That's going to be your blowhole, where you're going to shoot up lots of water into the air. So get yourself nice and comfy, pushing down. We're going to take a deep breath in, and as we breathe in, we push down our hands, push down our feet, lifting up, and then on the way back down, we do a and imagine all of that water spraying out of your blowhole. Breathing in. One more time. And then bring the soles of your feet together, palms of your hands together. Our last pose in this sequence, we're going to do the seal pose. So clapping your hands and your feet at the same time. I'm going to do 3 with a Okay, off we go. And freeze. And freeze. Last one. And freeze. And then just relaxing your arms, relaxing your legs, giving your fingers and your toes a little wriggle. And just taking a few breaths in your own time. You can close your eyes here if you'd like to. And then nice and slowly pushing yourself up to sitting for our next little mini sequence of postures. Okay, So the next few postures that we're going to do are all flying postures. So they might be objects or creatures that fly, and hopefully, as well as making your body feel uplifted with these flying postures, will also make your mind feel nice and uplifted and bright. So for our first posture, we're going to come up to standing. We're going to be doing a balancing pose. Lots of you know in classes what we like to do is have like a focus object which can help you remain focused when you're doing balances. So what I'm going to do, you might not be able to see because it might be off the camera, but I'm going to put my breathing ball like a metre away, not a metre, like a ruler's length away from my mat, and that's going to help me focus with the next posture. If you want to do something similar, you're more than welcome. So you come into the centre of your mat. We're going to do a bird balance. So for our standing bird balance, we come into our mountain pose. Imagine that thread lifting you up, toes nice and wide. And as we take a deep breath in, we spread our wings and release one leg back, just leaning forward, keeping your focus. And if you feel like you're wobbling, just either put your big toe down or just come down a little bit lower. And if you feel confident, then you can lean a little bit further in. Just remember to breathe. And then coming back into your mountain. In your centre again with your feet. And then we take a deep breath in. And then releasing your other leg back. Keeping your focus. Remembering to breathe. Definitely helps balances when you breathe. So you shouldn't be completely rigid or like a stone or a statue. You might be moving slightly and that's all fine. And then coming back into your mountain pose and maybe, oh crunch, maybe giving your arms and your legs a little shake out because they can get a little bit achy there. And then from here we're going to come straight down onto our tummy for our aeroplane lift. So for our aeroplane lift, we start with our chin on our mat, arms with our palms facing downwards, but coming slightly, you don't want to be right out to the side, just slightly backwards. And then we can count 1, 2, 3, keep your feet slightly apart. We're going to do a big lift up, so you can look up towards the ceiling. And we're going to do to a count of 5 in your own head, okay? So chin on your mat, and as you lift, you take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you're finished counting to 5, just lower yourself back down, make a little pillow with your hands and just rest your head to one side. Maybe just shimmying your hips from side to side just to rock your back a little bit. So for that pose, you're opening your chest, but you're also getting quite a stretch in your lower back, which means it's good to do a forward bend next so we don't overstretch our back. So bring your hands under your shoulders. We're going to stretch back a little bit like we're a cat getting ready to pounce on a mouse. Give a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to come back up into our sitting postures, bringing the soles of your feet together, getting ready for our butterfly, and interlacing your fingers, wrapping your fingers around your toes to really squeeze them together. Imagine that golden thread again is just lifting you up. This is a really nice uplifting but gentle posture. And then we just start gently flapping our butterfly wings. You can close your eyes if you'd like to here. You can imagine perhaps if you were a butterfly floating around, what colour your butterfly might be. I always picture well, I picture different things. I think today I picture like a sky blue with white spots. A little bit like a cloudy sky. And then just slowly opening your eyes, just making your legs, or just allowing your legs just to rest back in stillness. Now from here, we're going to keep the soles of our feet together. We bring our fingers up to make little antennae like this. And we're going to try doing in and out with both sets of wings. So in, just have a little play around with that. And then we're going to try and do in and out opposites. So one goes in, one goes out. And then just relax. Woo! Give them a little shake out. Fantastic. Okay, now before we get ready for our relaxation today, we're going to do a little mindful movement. So it's a mindfulness practice, but it's we do it through moving our body. So if we bring our feet out in front of you, flat on your mat, hip width apart, and then your hands are going to be kind of like you're holding a small ball like this in front of your chest. And we're going to start by tapping one foot. And we're going to count to 5. We're going to do 5 taps. And whilst we're tapping one foot, the opposite hand we're going to shake. So when you're doing 2 things at once with your body, it's a really good way to clear, focus and wake up your mind, which is why we're practicing. And it's also fun. It is also just a bit of a giggle. So tapping your left foot, and we're going to do it 5 times. You're going to wriggle your opposite hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then swap. So your other hand and your other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and swapping. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can try that with your eyes closed as well if you would like to. And then imagining you're holding onto your rope. Now, I've just realised before we do this, because we're going to be going into our relaxation shortly, if you feel like you might get a little bit chilly during our relaxation, because we've just been getting our bodies nice and warm. I'm feeling warm at the moment, but I think I'm probably going to start to cool down. So you can pop on jumpers or socks, or if you've got a blanket you want to cover over, that is all fine. Get yourself nice and cozy. Okay, so when you're ready, so feet flat on your mat, at the top of your mat, imagine you're holding onto a rope now and just slowly lowering yourself down, 1 vertebra at a time. And then from here, we're going to bend one knee into your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, let go. And then swapping over, so hug one knee into your chest. And release. And then making really tight fists with both of your hands, scrunching your shoulders up to your ears as far as they'll go. Squeeze your face like you just sucked on a lemon. Squeeze, 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 everything squeeze. And then relax your arms, relax your legs. Maybe give your fingers and your toes a last little wiggle. And then let them settle back to stillness. And if you'd like, you can gently rock your head from side to side a few times and then rest it back in the centre. Now making a silent promise to yourself to keep your body still for the next few minutes, as still as you can, so you can really enjoy a nice deep relaxation. Okay, so you guys stay lying down on your mats. And our relaxation today is called Golden Ball. Imagine a golden ball of light resting just above your feet. As the glow and warmth of the light touches your feet begin to feel soft and relaxed. The ball of light now expands to cover all of your legs. The warmth travels up your legs towards your hips. Your legs and hips feel soft and relaxed. The ball continues to grow. The light is now covering your arms, stomach and chest. Your arms, stomach and chest now also feel soft and relaxed. The ball expands further still, with the warmth reaching your neck and face. Your neck and face now begin to feel completely relaxed. Your whole body is bathing in this warming light, and you feel relaxed, relaxed, relaxed. Enjoy this feeling for as long as you wish. Now when you're ready, giving your fingers a little wiggle and your toes, and then give your body a nice long stretch like it's an elastic band. Maybe taking in a nice deep breath. And then in your own time, if you'd like to, you can slowly come up to sitting. And if you prefer to stay lying down and resting, that's fine. And we'll finish with 3 nice deep breaths before we say namaste. You're resting your palms together. Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining in yoga today from your home. I hope everybody is well and safe, and I really look forward to seeing you all again soon. I miss you all very much. So take care and look after each other, and I will see you all soon. Bye! Let's have a nice close up now. There we go. See you guys later. Bye bye everyone.